Welcome to HAD6 channel. In this video, we will look into antagonism. 19 nouns with similar meanings will be reviewed in example sentences. Let's get started. Number 1. Dislike, which means a feeling of distaste or hostility. Dislike. For example, she viewed the other woman with dislike. Number 2. Spite, which means a desire to hurt, annoy, or offend someone. Spite. For example, he'd think I was saying it out of spite. Number 3. Venom, which means extreme malice and bitterness shown in someone's attitudes, speech, or actions. Venom. For example, the venom in his voice was shocking. Number 4. Antipathy, which means a deep-seated feeling of aversion. Antipathy. For example, she felt a violent antipathy to Emily. Number 5. Bitterness, which means sharpness of taste. Bitterness. For example, his bitterness against his parents grew. Number 6. Resentment, which means bitter indignation at having been treated unfairly. Resentment. For example, his resentment at being demoted. Number 7. Hate, which means intense dislike. Hate. For example, feelings of hate and revenge. Number 8. Acrimony, which means bitterness or ill feeling. Acrimony. For example, the AGM dissolved into acrimony. Number 9. Feud, which means a state of prolonged mutual hostility, typically between two families or communities, characterized by murderous assaults in revenge for previous injuries. Feud. For example, a region riven by tribal feuds. Number 10. Hostility, which means hostile behavior. Hostility. For example, there is a great amount of hostility to the present regime. Number 11. Enmity, which means a state or feeling of active opposition or hostility. Enmity. For example, a world free from enmity between nations and races. Number 12. Conflict, which means a serious disagreement or argument, typically a protracted one. Conflict. For example, the eternal conflict between the sexes. Number 13. Dissension, which means disagreement that leads to discord. Dissension. For example, these issues caused bitter dissension in the party. Number 14. Ill will, which means animosity or bitterness. Ill will. For example, he didn't bear his estranged wife any ill will. Number 15. Rivalry, which means competition for the same objective or for superiority in the same field. Rivalry. For example, there always has been intense rivalry between the clubs. Number 16. Discord, which means disagreement between people. Discord. For example, a prosperous family who showed no signs of discord. Number 17. Friction, which means conflict or animosity caused by a clash of wills, temperaments, or opinions. Friction. For example, a considerable amount of friction between father and son. Number 18. Hatred, which means intense dislike. Hatred. For example, full of hatred and bitterness. Number 19. Opposition, which means resistance or dissent, expressed in action or argument. Opposition. For example, the proposal met with considerable opposition. Can you think of other examples? Please share them in the comment section below. Hitting the subscription button is the best way to stay connected. See you in the next video.